Good evening, good morning, good afternoon from wherever you may be listening from. This is Royal Cute Motion International. I welcome you to this amazing Zoom session tonight, and my name is Coach Mo. All right, so we are going to be looking into the RQTMI Excel template. This is where you get started with your business because, this business is a business that you need to understand how it works. It is a do-it-yourself business. You don't just come in for the profit without even understanding how it works. I can see a lot of people have been making money recently with their boat and everybody is happy. So you see what we are saying. So imagine you don't even understand the business. How do you expect you make money with others who are also making money? I understand that some of us are experiencing floating loss, but don't worry, soon you all come out of floating loss. Soon you will all come out of floating loss. The reason you are here is to learn. Learn while you earn. Do not procrastinate. I'll do it later. I'll watch video later. No. Do you know that? Do you know that procrastination, you put your life in danger if you keep on procrastinating? You do not procrastinate when your life is in danger. You just act. Why do I say so? If you're not earning in dollars right now, your life is in danger. If you don't have other source of income, your life is in danger. So why are you procrastinating? The reason we encourage every one of you to keep on learning. Learn how to do this yourself. Don't just depend on all these signals. Learn how to do this business yourself so that you have that confidence. Do you all agree that in your daily activities or in any business you do, you all face obstacles? There are obstacles. Do you all agree with me? In everything you do, there are always obstacles, true or false? Or let me just say yes on the chat if you all agree with me that in all you do, there are always obstacles. Awesome. And what is the obstacle on RoyalQ? Can anybody just one word? What is the obstacle in RoyalQ? Is there anyone who knows that answer to that? What is the obstacle in RoyalQ? Floating loss. Thank you very much, Vincent. Floating loss, exactly. So floating loss is the obstacle we have in RoyalQ. And there's a saying that the greater the obstacle, the more glory in overcoming it. So don't think about the obstacle. Yes, we understand the fact that you're facing floating loss. That does not mean that is the end of the business. You will come out of floating loss. Every one of you will all come out of floating loss. But if you don't have the knowledge, you will get discouraged and eventually you will leave the business. All right, so let me share my screen. Let me share my screen so that we get into the reason why we are here tonight. Give me a second, please. Let me share my screen. Okay. Can every one of you see my screen? If you can see my screen, let me get a confirmation on the chat. Let me get a confirmation on the chat. Okay, awesome. Thank you very much. Now, the reason why I added this market structure is just for you to understand what happens when you are trading with your boat. Because a lot of majority, let me use the word majority always think that trading is just all about making money all through. Like if you enter a trade, you just want to see your trade sell fast, make you money fast. No, there are obstacles. That is why I asked, what is the obstacle of Royal Q, it is floating loss. But something happens that brings about the floating loss. Now, it is the way the market moves. Remember, in this market, there are two types of traders. We have the retail traders and we have the institutional traders. Those are the guys, the big guys to the big box, the big liquidity. We are retail traders because we don't have, of course, we don't have the kind of money those big firms, those institutions have. So they are the ones that control these markets. So imagine we are trading with the big guys with our small money. So floating loss is part of the business because that is how price moves. Now, let's take a look at this image, and then this image, and then this image. So for the image in the middle, this is how a price moves for an uptrend. It goes down and go up, go down, go up, go down, go up, go down, and go up. Now, you see, this is called higher high, and the bottom is called higher low. Forms another higher high. Before it forms the higher high, look at what happened. It has to break this high. That's why it's called higher high. Then it came down to form a higher low. Went up again to break this higher high to form another higher high. Came down to form higher low. Went up again to break this other higher high to form another new higher high, and comes down to form a higher low. This is an uptrend when a price is going up. And when a price is going down, it also forms what? Another lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and lower low. But normally, when this is protected, so if it goes down like this, normally they'll say that the market has changed direction to downtrend, but it doesn't need to break this higher low. That is why I said it keeps on breaking every higher high to form a new higher high. But when it breaks, the price breaks the higher low, it breaks this higher low like this, goes down before going up, it means it wants to change direction to a downtrend, but in a more advanced way. Now, this is it. Let's assume you are trading and you start to see your price, the coin you're trading, the price of the coin starts to go up. Before looking into that, I did this to make you understand that when it is going up, it is called an impulse move, and when it is going down, it is called a corrective move, meaning retracing. That's what they call as retracing or pullback or callback. So this is impulse move, and this is corrective move or retracement or correction or pullback, whatever you want to call it. When it goes up again, it is called an impulse move. And now look at what happened here. Remember, I said this is protected. It doesn't need to break it. No, let me show you this. This is protected. It doesn't need to break it. But look at what happened here. It came down to break it before going up. Does that mean that it wants to change direction to a downtrend? No. Why it is coming down? So what it is coming down to do, it is to collect liquidity, to collect orders that were already created. Buy limit order. It is coming here to pick the orders. So liquidity fuels the price direction. I repeat, liquidity fuels the price direction. For every liquidity collected, it moves the price up or down. So it is coming down to collect all the liquidity. Once it is done, it shoot up and keep on going again. So when you are trading, just relax and be patient. We should be very happy to have a tool like RoyalQ that makes us trade with ease, because we don't care whether it is coming down to collect liquidity. We have our margin calls. We have our margin calls. So why are you worried? Yes, it will come down because it's coming down to pick up orders before moving up. So that period where it is coming down, we are also making money. That is why I say RoyalQ is just the best app to automate your trade. So this is how it moves. You can't avoid floating loss. Somebody asked me that, is there a way you can trade without floating loss? No, it's not possible, because this is how the market moves. It always goes up and down. That is why you need a tool like RoyalQ. The reason why you can't be profitable the way you are going to be profitable if you use RoyalQ compared to somebody who trades on his own in an exchange. You can't compare. You make more money trading with RoyalQ bots. Now, this is an uptrend move, and this is a downtrend move. You can see it was going up, it came down to collect what? Liquidity before moving up again, and came down again to collect liquidity. Sometimes it can even come down here to collect liquidity before going up again. For downtrend, you can see it was going down, going down, going down. It came up to collect liquidity before the downtrend continued. So this is just a little understanding. I don't need to go deep into this. I just want you to understand how this market moves. So you should be glad to be here to have a tool like RoyalQ. I believe this market structure is understood. You now know how the market moves and how it behaves. Please let me see a yes on the chart before we move on to the main topic of tonight, which is understanding the RQTMI Excel template. Awesome. All right, so let's move on to the second topic we have. Please, I will have to share my screen, my phone screen. So permit me to leave this computer and move back to my phone. Just give me a second, please. Can you all see my screen? All right, thank you. So the first thing you need to install on your phone, for those who don't have this app on their phone, you need to install this app called WPS Office. It's just similar to the Excel template, but it is not Excel, it is called WPS Office. The reason why you need this is for you to be able to edit the Excel file, because there's a part you need to edit your capital to generate the settings for you, the settings that you are going to be using for your RoyalQ app. RoyalQ is a semi-automated bot, meaning that you have to give it a set of instructions, or I will say a command. It is the instruction or command that you give to the bot that it will be making use of to trade for you. Yes, you have to set it up, and then the robot takes over from you. It's something you do in less than 2-3 minutes, you're done. So I am showing you tonight how you can generate the settings to be used by your bot with the recommended capital you want to use, or whichever capital you have in your exchange. You use the capital to generate the settings, and then you head over to your RoyalQ to save the settings. So please install this app, very important for iPhone users and Android users. So let's move on, please. Let's move on to the app. I already have the app open on my phone. You can see this is the app, and the Excel template is already open on the app. Now, this is how the Excel template looks like. In case you don't have access to this template, please just request for it on the group you got the Zoom link from. It will be shared with you. Now, what is the use of this template? Like I said, it is where you generate your settings to be used on your RoyalQ bot. So I will show you how you generate your settings depending on how much capital you have for trading, and then you go and save it in your RoyalQ. Then you can use it to trade any coin of your choice. When it's time to trade, just load it up and you trade. If you're trading without analysis, which you learn tomorrow, or you want to analyze yourself, or you want to trade the signals, you use the settings that you generated from this Excel template. If you check at the top, you'll find that there are some tabs at the top. You can move to your left and move to your right to navigate easily. Now, and if you see, you can see we have RQTMI Magic 1, Magic 2, Magic 3. You see them down to Magic 8. But let's take a look at the dashboard. This is the dashboard. And it breaks down everything for you to see that we have from the Magic 1 settings down to Magic 8 settings. But are we looking into all this? No, we are not. What we are looking into is three settings, which is RQTMI Magic 1, RQTMI Magic 3, and RQTMI Magic 5. Why? Because template has the full season and the beer season. And you all know from now till maybe early 2026, we are going to be experiencing the bull run, which happens every 3 to 4 years. And that is the time to make a lot of money. So anybody coming into this business now, this is just the best time to get involved into the business, because this is the time to make a lot of money. No jokes apart, this is the time to make a lot of money in the crypto space. That is why you need to pay attention. So we are going to be looking into these three settings, Magic 1, 3, and 5. And you can see the Magic 1 says covers for 30% dip. Magic 3 says covers for 25% dip, and Magic 5 says what? Covers for 50% dip. What does this mean? Remember, I told you that RoyalQ makes money for you uptrend and downtrend because of the special features it has. So RoyalQ does not use all your capital to trade for you. No, it does what we call martingale strategy. So it distributes your capital in bits based on the settings to buy what we call margin call. I will explain when we get into the presentation in detail. Okay, I will explain. But just listen to me, please. When it is trading for you, it distributes all your capital in bits to buy what we call margin calls for you, because the market can go down before going up. So this 30% dip means that by the time you are trading a coin and that coin goes deep by minus 30%, you're seeing a floating loss of minus 30%. It means that it will have used all the capital to buy that coin for Magic 1. Why Magic 3? If it goes deep by minus 25%, it will have used all the capital to buy that coin. And for Magic 5, until when you see minus 50% and above, you know that, oh, okay, it has already finished using all my capital on that trade, or that was allocated on that trade to buy the coin. So what now happens? The RoyalQ will be waiting patiently for the price to change direction back to uptrend and start to sell all those positions it bought at different price intervals at cheap prices. Because as it's going down, the price is giving you, you are getting a discount to buy that coin at cheaper price, different price intervals. So you make more money. But if you say, I want to continue making money because the robot has stopped making money for me, the robot is waiting patiently for the price to move back or change direction to an uptrend, you can open what we call margin calls. So you just have to understand how to make use of this both. So you don't limit yourself. It's not all about having your capital. Let me be sincere. You might have a very big capital, but you're not seeing the result others are seeing with small capital. Why? Because you don't even understand how to make use or how to maximize your profits. So understanding the business is very important, and also learning the skills, very important, not just having a big capital. So now that you understand what this covers for 30% dip means and all that, let's move on to the Magic 1 settings. Let's move on to the Magic 1 settings. Can we proceed with the Magic 1 settings? I want to ensure everybody here, especially the newbies, are on the same page with the old members who already know how all this works. Please, if you don't understand at any point, please call on my attention. I will explain. I need you all to understand this. And do not worry, the session is being recorded, so you can have it as like a reference to watch over and over and over again so that you understand it properly. All right, so let's move on. This is Magic 1. And as you can see, it is boldly written here that RQTMI Magic 1 minimum capital is what? $320. What does this mean? It means that if your capital is below 320, you cannot make use of these settings. You cannot make use of these settings if your capital is below $320. So let's assume you have $1,000, for example. You don't know which settings to make use of because I mentioned 3 settings, Magic 1, Magic 3, Magic 5, and you are confused. Please don't be confused. All you just need to do is to divide this by 3. Why 3? We always recommend you to trade minimum 3 coins, maximum 10 coins on one shot. That is the way we recommend you to trade if you have the capital to trade 3 coins and above. But if you don't have the capital to trade 3 coins and above, it's fine. You can trade 2 coins or 1 coin, there is no problem. But since you know that you can trade minimum 3 coins and above, maximum 10 coins, and you have $1,000, what you are expected to do is to go to your calculator. Now, let's go to my calculator. You go to your calculator and do this simple math. 1,000 divided by 3. It will give you 333, meaning $333. Let's try 4 and see. You can see 4 fours in what? 250. And 250, you can't use Magic 1. You want to use Magic 1. And Magic 1 is 320 and above. So it means that you can trade 3 coins with Magic 1 settings because it is going to be 333 per trade. So you can trade 3 coins each. Now let's go back to the templates. Now, what you have to do here, you see where we have RICS, you see where we have remark. You see where we have remark, that is where you are to impute the 333 we got after doing the calculation. But you don't just put in the 333 there. Take note for Magic 1, you need to subtract the first buy amount from the 333 or from whatever you want to use. If you are using Magic 1, ensure you minus the first buy amount from the capital. So in this case, we are going back again and say what? 333 minus the first buy, which is 20. I will explain what first buy means. You see, it gave us 313. Then you go back again to the template, edit this column where it says remark. You can see it has opened up where you can edit. Without this app, WPS, you can't do this. That's why I say you should install this. Very important. And then now write 313, and then you confirm. You don't need to do anything again. It will automatically generate and distribute the capital accordingly for you. And for you to be sure you are correct. Now look at this. You can see we have 333. It means it has distributed the capital into all these margin calls, which I will explain as we move on. This is how you confirm that you are correct when you have 333, which is your capital per trade. Please pay attention. Now that you understand this, before we move into RoyalQ, into transferring these settings to RoyalQ, I would like to just take some little time to explain these features we have here so that you understand what you're seeing on my screen. Now, if you take a look at the first one here, it says RICS type. And RICS type says what? Use radical. We have 3 types. We have radical, we have conservative, and we have steady. The reason why we use radical is for the boats to be aggressive in what? Buying and selling for you. Remember, what we do here is what? To sell high. This is spot trading. This is not money if it goes against you. No. This is cryptocurrency spot trading. You don't use leverages here. If it goes against you, no worries. You don't lose money here. You don't lose money here. If you're tired of losing money, then this is the best place for it to be. So RICS type meaning radical. You want the robot to be aggressive in buying and selling. We have steady mean. It should be steady. It should not be too. It should be steady and not too fast or too slow, and also conservative too. So depending on you, but what we recommend is what to use radical. And then the next is remark, which I just explained. After you've gotten your capital, you minus the first buy amount, and then you input it there for Magic 1. Now the next one is first buy amount. What is first buy amount? First buy amount is the first amount that the robot will be making use of to start trading for you. So this 333 you have here as a capital, once you start your boats, it takes over from you. And then the first USDT it will be using to trade for you or to buy that coin for you is called the first buy amount, which is 20. Then the remaining leftover capital will be distributed based on different margin call drop in percentage, which I will explain when we get there. Can you hear me, please? Please, can you still hear me? Okay, I saw a notification on my. Okay, awesome. Let's move on, please. All right. Let's move on, please. Sorry about that. So now for the first buy amount, like I said, it is the first amount that will be deducted from your trading capital to start that trade for you. Then how about the open position doubled? We don't use it. That is why you have it there stated that don't enable. Why? Because when you enable this, it doubles the first buy amount times multiplies it by 2, which we don't want that to happen. So you turn it off, you don't enable it. By default, you will see it that it is turned off, so leave it just the way it is. AI margin call don't enable because we have our manual margin call drop settings that it will be making use of. So you are to turn it off. For iPhone users, you will not find this AI margin call when you are saving the settings. But when you want to start a trade, when you load the settings on the coin, that is when you see it and then you turn it off. But Android users, you see it on the first page when you are saving the settings, which you see it when we are doing it together. You just make sure it is turned off. The margin call limit, you see there it says 20. It means that you want this robot to buy 20 times for you. So it will distribute your 333 capital into 20 places. Just like you go to the market and you want to buy from 20 shops. You want to buy different items from 20 different shops at different price ranges. That is what we are telling the robots to do for you. Hold position take profit ratio. You can see it says 3%. What does this mean? Please pay attention. When this robot buys the first buy amount, I call it FBA, first buy amount. When it buys the first buy amount and buys the first call, second call, third call, and fourth call, it takes all these as one, meaning it is called a single entity. So any amount that was used to buy these positions, it sells them all together. Yes, it sells them all together and give you the 3%. So this whole position take profit ratio is for the first buy, first to the fourth call. So if you have $50 allocated there, when it sells, it gives you 3% of $50. If you have $300 there, when it sells, it gives you 3% of $500. It all depends on what you are using. If you're using 1.5%, it will give you, when it sells, it gives 1.5%. If you're using 2%, the reason why we have 3% there is just for the default number. You can edit this anytime you want to start your trade. Either you want to use 1.5%, or if you're using Signal, whatever the Signal says you should use, you can edit it and then you save the settings on your RoyoQ. So take note about that. So that is what the 3% is for. Like I repeat again, it is for the first buy amount, first to the fourth call. Okay, I can say first buy amount here is default. We set this based on our own experience. You can something that has been used by us based on our experience. That's why we are using the $20 there as the first buy amount. It doesn't mean it's not buy more, but it is starting your trade with a $20, while the remaining capital will be distributed into what we call margin call drops. I will explain when we get there. Okay. First, with the first position take profit. First position, what position take profit call back is for the first buy amount, the first to the fourth margin calls. when the bot starts to trade for you, the first amount that will be used to buy the coin is called the first buy amount, which is 20. Then if there's a drop in price by a certain percentage based on the margin call drop settings, we are going to get there. I will explain better. It will buy the first margin call with another capital, with another amount from that your capital. That's what I mean. From your 333, your same 333, it will use another amount from that same 333 and buy the first call, buy the second call to the fourth call, and it takes them as one, which is a single entity. So by the time it wants to sell them, it will sell them all together and give you whatever you are using for your whole position take profit ratio. If it's 1.5%, 2%, or 3%, or 5%, whatever you have there is what it will give you. Is this understood before we move on to the next, which is buy in callback, which is a whole position take profit callback? Is the margin call, is the whole position take profit ratio understood before we move on to the next, which is whole position take profit callback? Okay. Now let's move on to the next one, which is what? Whole position take profit callback. What do we have there? We have the 0.01%. What does this mean? Cryptocurrencies are very volatile. You telling the robot to give you 3% does not mean it's not go beyond the 3%. So what happens when it goes beyond the 3%? Will RoyalQ sell it? No. It will not sell. Because sometimes a coin can just spike in price. You just say a long candle or a week. So when it goes beyond the 3%, the robot will not sell. It will be holding on to your position until there's a retracement. Until there's a retracement of what? 0.01% in the price. That is when it now quickly sell and leave the market, leaving you more or making you more profit in addition to what you were expecting before. So it might make you 3.5% or 4%, depending on the spike or the movement of the coin. So you are making more money for yourself. This is what the whole position take profit callback means. What about the buy-in callback? It is still the same thing, but this controls how it buys the margin call drop. The same thing I explained, but for this one, it is buying the margin call drop. There must be a pullback of 0.01% before it will buy a margin call drop. Maybe the first, second call, the third call, the fourth call. There must be a pullback of 0.1% in the price before it buys, which is also known as the callback. The same thing. Don't get confused. Then distributed take profit allocation. As you can see, it says what? Use what? On the 5th to 20th call, use what? 1.3%. What does this mean? Please pay attention. Now let's move to this. Let's move to the margin configuration. This is the engine. This is actually the engine of your settings. I'm telling you, this is the engine of your settings. Why do I call this the engine? Because this is where your capital is distributed accordingly. Now, when the robot buys the first buy to the fourth call, remember I said it takes it as a single entity, right? Then from the 5th call downward, each of them, 5th call is single entity. Let me name this as, this is first buy amount. First buy amount plus this is what? Single entity 1. So the 5th call is on its own, single entity 2. 6th call, let me name it as 3, single entity. 7th call, 4, single entity. From the 5th call, what I'm trying to say here is from the 5th call downward, each of them are all single entity. So by the time the price starts to go down and gets to this point before reversing back up, remember it has bought down to the 12th call. It will start to sell them one after the other. It will sell the 12th call before going to sell the 11th call. And how much profit will it give you? 1.3%. This. It will return the capital and the profit made on that position back to your spot wallet. Then it will go again, sell the 11th call before going to the 10th call, sell them one after the other until the final bust stop, which is the 1st to the 4th call plus the first buy amount, it sells them all together as a wholesale. While these ones are retail. From the 5th call downward are all retail. Please, is this understood? Is this understood? Do you understand what I just explained? Please let me see your responses on the chat. I am looking at the chat right away. Okay, somebody said I should take it again. Don't worry, I have your time. I will take it again. Now, I am explaining the margin configuration, okay? But what made me come here is the distributed take profit allocation, which you can see the 5th to the 20th call is 1.3%. When the robot buys the first buy down to the 4th call, let me name this as FBA, which is first buy, it takes them all the position as one. So let's say $500 was used to buy these positions. It will take it as one. Just put that at the back of your mind. But from the 5th call downward, each of them are all single entity. And that is where you make money downtrend. That's why you see people are making money even when the price is going down. You'll be wondering why, how come is it magic? No, it's not magic. It is this unique features on RoyalQ, which is the subcells. They call them subcells. When it is selling from the 5th call downward, it is called subcell, and that is where you make money downtrend. From the 4th call upward is uptrend. 5th call downward is for downtrend profits. So by the time the price goes down to this level and starts to go back up, it will need to be selling. Maybe it bought down to the 14th call. Then from the 14th call, it starts to go back up. It will have to sell this first, return the capital and profits, sell this again, sell them one after the other, but it is giving you 1.3% when it is selling. So imagine this happening in a day. It goes down, goes up, goes down, goes up. When we have a ranging market, ladies and gentlemen, do you know how much you make for that day? That is wonderful. Because we have ranging markets. Ranging market means the market is called accumulating phase. It's accumulating. Go up, go down, go up. It is not giving a direction. It is just on a ranging direction. It's not uptrend, it's not downtrend, but it's in a ranging direction. So imagine making like 20 stop sales or 30 stop sales in a day. That is money. I hope this is understood. All right, now let's move on, please. Let's move on. So now that you understand the distributed take profits allocation, now what is this sub position take profit callback for? It is the same thing that I explained here for this whole position take profit callback. Instead of 1.3%, there is a spike. It goes above 1.3%. It will not sell. It will wait for a drop or pullback of 0.01% in the price before it will sell and what give you your. So you are making more money here. This is not you doing it. This is RoyalQ doing it for you. Trading made easy, simplified, life easy. What else are you looking for? Ask yourself, what else are you looking for? All you just need to do is to give this business time in understanding it. If you don't understand it, ask questions. The more you ask questions, the more you understand the business. Now, that is it for now. You can see what we have on the last list here is what? On the last here is what? Oh, no. Okay, one shot. We have two types of strategy period. We have the one shot and we have the circle, which is this circle. What does this mean? One shot is a one-time trade. You are telling the robot, by the time you sell completely, please don't go back to the market. Return back my capital and profit to my spot wallet in my Binance. Remember, everything is done in your Binance. How about cycle? Cycle means you are telling robots, keep on buying, selling, keep on trading for me. Keep on cycling my trade. That is what is referred to as autopilot. But take notes, if you want to go with the autopilot, Architect might have their minimum capital for that. But for one shot, the minimum trading capital is $100 and above, while for Circle is $3,675 and above. So take note about that. For one shot makes you more money. Circle is for those who don't have time, but they have the money, then they can stay their trade on autopilot. It's fine. So that is the difference between one shot and Circle. Now let's move on to the margin configuration. There's something I didn't explain. That's why we are going back there. So please pay attention. If you look at the margin configuration, we have two columns here, which is the margin call drop percentage and multiple buying ratio. What does this mean? When the robot buys the first buy amount, it will need the price to drop down by a certain percentage before it will trigger and buy the first call. And how much drop in percentage will it go down to? It is here, 0.2%. So minus 0.2%, it triggers the first call. It drops down again by minus 0.5%, it triggers the second call. Minus 2%, 0.2% again, it triggers the third call. This is how it does over and over and over and over again. So you are buying the coin you're trading at different price interval. You are buying them cheap to sell high. Buy low, sell high is what we do here. What about the multiple buying ratio? When it wants to buy, how much will the robot use to buy? That is where this multiple buying ratio comes in. You can see here we have 0.3. 0.3 of what? Or 0.3 what? 0.3 multiplied by the first buy amount will give you the amount that will be used to buy the first call. Let's do the math. 0.3 times the first buy. The first buy is 20. So when we say 0.3 times 20, it gives you $6. You can see it will now use $6 to buy the first call. When it dips again in price by minus 0.5%, it buys the second call. This time around, 1.3. 1.3 multiplied by first buy will give you how much capital it will use to buy the second call. You can see $26. From that, your same $333 capital is where it deducts this money from bit by bit by bit. This is the safest way to trade because the market does not belong to any of us. Neither does it belong to our mother or our father. It is an open market. Like I said, where the big boys and the retail traders trade. So the market it's all about probability. No matter how your analysis is, that's why you notice that even with the indicators, whether you are using indicators or not, even if it's an uptrend, it tells you that buy. It will still come down first before it will go to your direction. That is how the market operates. So you have to have what? Money as reserve for buying margin calls to make more money downtrend. So I believe you all understand what the multiple buying ratio means and what the margin call drop means. Now let's move on to the Royal Queue. Can we move on to the Royal Queue to show you how to duplicate these settings in your Royal Queue? I will take your questions so that you guys won't take me back. Okay, I will take questions when I'm done with my presentation. Okay, please just drop all your questions. I'll read them one after the other and answer all the questions. Just keep on dropping them so that you won't forget. All right, now let's move on, please, to the Royal Queue app. Let me show you how you can easily duplicate this to your Royal Queue settings and you save. Royal Queue has a template where you can save these settings into your Royal Queue, and then you save it for reuse over and over and over again. You can do it once. Once you save it once, you don't need to save all the time, please. No. It is a template where you can save once and you reuse over and over again. The only time you may want to edit is when you have another capital or you want to change your trading capital. You cannot edit your previous settings, or rather you save in new settings. Now let's move on to the settings. You can see on my Royal Queue, the bottom right, we have mine. You tap on mine. You can see mine here. You tap on mine. When you tap on mine, you scroll down, you look for what? My strategy settings. You tap on my strategy settings and it opens up a page. On this page, you are expected to tap on the plus icon. Top right of my screen, you see the plus icon. You tap on it to add a new settings. So let's do that so that we see how it works. When I tap on plus, look at what just happened. It opened up the exact page we have on the Excel. Risk type, remark, first buy now. Everything you see here is what is on the template. Copy and paste. Copy and paste. So for the risk type, remember we said use radical. So you tap on steady to change it to radical from steady. Tap on it, now select radical, which is the first one. You tap on sure to confirm. Now it is selected. The next is remark. For the remark, we have what? Optional there. For the remark on RoyoQ, please take note. It is where you give the settings a description. Let's say now we are using 333 for these settings. In my own case, I will say what? 333 capital. I can add default. I can add what? Default, sorry. Default. Why am I adding default? Because this settings is for default settings. We are looking into the default settings first, RQTMI default settings, then I'll show you how to use the RQTMI bool tactics. Don't get yourself confused, don't worry, you understand. The RQTMI default settings makes you money uptrend and downtrend. Okay, so pay attention. So this is the default setting that makes you money uptrend and downtrend. Why the bool tactics? When we get there, you understand how it works. So in my case, I'll name this as what? $333 capital default. You can name it whatever you want. It doesn't matter. It does not affect your trade. Now, the next is what? First buy amount. If you check the template, let's go back to the templates. On the template, we have $20 as the first buy amount. I hope you can all see it. Now, let's go back again and change this 15 to 20 because that is what the template says we should use. Open position double. It is already turned off. You can see it is off. Leave it like this. You don't need to turn it on. It is already turned off. AI margin is turned on, but we need to turn it off by tapping on it just once. You can see it will be turned off. What is the next thing here? The next thing is what? Margin call limit. You tap on it and change it to 20 because Magic One is 20 margin call limit. What position take profit ratio? What do we have on the template? It says use 3%, which is a default. You can edit this anytime you want to trade to whatever you want to use. But let's leave it on 3%. Somebody asked me, can you use 100% take profit? Yes, you can use. You can use if you have the patience, whatever you want to use, it all depends on you. But you know you need to be patient. If you want it to sell fast, then use smaller percentage so that you can trade 3, 4, 5 times a day if possible, depending on the range of the market. Better you take bit by bit than putting a big profit if you know you don't have that patience to wait for a long period of time. All right, so let's leave it on 3%. What position take profit callback is what? 0.01. Then margin configuration, which is the engine of your settings. Let's do that to be the last. Let's take it as the last. 0.01 buying callback. Distributed take profit allocation. You open it. You see on the template, it says what? Use from the 5th to the 20th call, use 1.3%. You can see it's here. But by default, you already have 1.3% all through. All you need to do is just to tap on sure to confirm. That is all. Now, let's move on to the next one, which is sub position take profit callback. You also use what? 0.01 because that is what is on the template. And the last one there is what? Strategy period. It says use one shot. You can see here. It says what? Strategy period. Please take notes. Before you switch to one shot, you need to tap on the circle. Some people forget to do this. Tap on the circle just there. You can all see what I just did. You see, my network is kind of slow. My network is slow. Can you all see my screen now? My network is lagging. Can you see my screen now? How about now? Is it better? Am I audible? Okay. All right, so what I did when the network was messing up is the strategy period. I was trying to explain the strategy period. It was like this before, right? It was on circle. But many of us do this mistake of not switching it from circle to one shot. So take note. To switch it from circle to one shot, you tap on the circle once. Just tap on it once. You can see. I tapped on the circle once and it has changed to one shot. This is where I am referring to. You tap on this circle. Just tap on the circle once, then it will switch from circle to one shot. Then you can now save. But remember, we are not done. We need to go do the margin configuration. That's why I said we should do this as the last. So let's open the margin configuration here, because this is the engine of your settings. Now you can see we have the exact thing on the template. First call, second call, margin call drop on your left, multiple buying ratio on your right. You go back to the template, what we have on the margin call drop is what? 0.2, 0.5, 0.2, 0.5. You can see it. Then keep on going till you get to the 16th call, 4.98, 4.98, 4.98. What you have here is what you copy and paste. Okay, the first call, 0.2. The next one is what? 0.5. 0.2, 0.5. Let me just stop here because of time factor. Let's stop here. But ensure you do everything, please. You fill up all the color with the right parameters, okay? Now let's move on to the multiple buying ratio. For the multiple buying ratio, the exact thing we have here on the template is the same thing we do 0.3, 1.3, 0.3, the same thing. Fill it up until you get to the last, the extreme. Okay, to get to the extreme, you save and then now tap on show. You tap on show, and then you can now save. You can go ahead and save because you are done with everything. Everything is good. And okay, so you just tap on save. And that is it. This is how you save your settings generated from the Excel sheet or Excel templates. My network is messing up. Can you still hear me? I am back, please. I have to switch my network to a more stable one. I think it's stable now. Let me share my screen back. How about now? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me now, please? Confirm you can hear me. Okay, it's better now. Right, thank you. So I was trying to show you how to save when you're done with the last one, which is the margin configuration. All you need to do is to tap on save. You see where we have save here? Tap on save. Now let's tap on save. You see, that is all. It has saved. This is how you save your settings from the RQTMI Excel template in your ProyoQ. Now let's go back to the templates. This is for the RQTMI Magic 1 settings. Remember, we have 3 and 5. Now let's go into to look at the 3 and see how it is being used. For the 3, RQTMI Magic 3, you can see here, it is boldly stated here that what? Minimum capital is $100. What does this mean? It means from $100 and above is when you can use the settings, but from $100 and below, you cannot. Anything below $100, you can't make use of this settings. It is from $100 and above, then good, you can make use of Magic 3 settings. So let's say you have $600 and you want to trade with it. All you just need to do is to say 600 divided by 3. We give you 200. So this is how you know how much you distribute on 3 coins, which is 200 per trade or 200 per coin. But for Magic 3, when you want to impute the capital on the remark column, you don't need to subtract the first from the first buy. But Magic 1, you subtract from the first buy. But Magic 3, please write it down. You don't need to subtract from the first buy. Just go ahead and put the exact capital you got from the calculation, which is what? 200. So I'll remove this and write 200 and confirm. But you can also confirm if you are right, if you're doing the right thing. All you need to do is to go to the margin configuration and check the multiple buying ratio. You see we have 200 here. It shows that you are correct. If you don't see this, then you are not correct. Now let's proceed. Now, when you are done with this, the next thing is to go to your Royal Queue, just the way I showed you guys how to save this, the Magic Wand settings. Then you save these exact settings in your Royal Queue. This is for the Magic 3. I will answer all your questions, don't worry. Now let's move ahead to Magic 5. For Magic 5, you can see here we have what? Minimum capital is what? $520 is boldly written there and above. Magic 5 is the best settings to use, followed by Magic 1 and then followed by Magic 3. I'll repeat again. Magic 5 is the best settings to use, followed by Magic 1 and then followed by Magic 3. But Magic 5, you need a minimum of $520 and above. So let's say you want to use, you have $2,000 capital. And you want to see how much you can split on each trade, because we said recommended minimum number of coins to trade is 3 and maximum is 10. So you say, okay, let's try 3 and see how many I'll get. Let's say 2,000 divided by 3, because your capital is 2,000. It gave you what? 666. Since Magic 5 is 520 and above, I can use Magic 5 with 3 coins. Okay, let me try 4. Oh, 4 will give me 500, and they said 5 is 520. No, let me stick with 3. This is how you know which of the settings to make use of from the template based on your capital. Now let's go back to the Excel again. For the Magic 5, it is similar to how Magic 1 works. You need to subtract the first buy from your 5666 we got before you slot in the capital on the remark column. So let's go back again and say 666 minus 20. 646. Then you go back to the template and edit the remark column, tap on it, tap on edit, and write 646 and confirm. You can say confirm if you are right. Go down to margin configuration, go down to multiple buying ratio. You can see you have 6 here. Simple. This is very simple to understand, but you need to understand how you impute your capital with the little calculation I am showing you guys how to do. But you can use this to confirm as a confirmation or as an added confluence on knowing if you are right. All right, now that you know how to use the Magic 5, you go to your Royal Queue and you save these settings. Why did I say this is the best settings to use? Why? Because when it buys the first buy amount to the fourth call, 50% of your capital is already on the trade, no matter how much you are using. Once it buys or it picks the first buy amount down to the fourth call, already your 50% capital is on that trade. So when it is selling, you know you're making good money. So that is how you use your Magic 5. This is the RQTMI default settings, where you make money uptrend and downtrend. We have the RQTMI Bull Tactics Category 1 and Bull Tactics Category 2. The Bull Tactics, what does it mean? Let's look at the Bull Tactics Category 1 first before the Bull Tactics Category 2. For the Bull Tactics Category 1, I will round up the session with a way you can maximize your profit, how you can combine the default settings and the bold tactics together so that you can maximize your profit. But for now, let's take a look at how the bold tactics category 1 works, followed by the bold tactics category 2. So for the bold tactics category 1, this is how it works. You are telling the robot, don't buy the 5th call downward, buy just the first buy amount to the 4th call. So it will buy the first buy, FBA, and then it will buy the first to the 4th call only. Then from the 5th call downward, it should not buy for you. Why? Because you want to use the capital to do what we call manual replenishment. The leftover capital that was supposed to be used to buy the 5th call downward, you use it to do what we call manual replenishment. And what is manual replenishment? It is called manual buy. You are adding all the capital, leftover capital, to the first buy, first to the 4th call positions, so that it will sell them all as one, making you more money. But the conditions for the bull tactics category 1 is that you don't make money downtrend. Yes, because the money that was supposed to be used for the downtrend buys, you used it to do what we call manual replenishment. So no money for buying downtrend, only uptrend. But when it is selling, whatever take profit is your percentage. It will make you that of your 100% capital, making you more money when it sells. Please, is this understood for the bull tactics category 1? Is this understood for the bull tactics category? If you don't understand, please let me know. I am looking at the chart right away. For those who just joined, you won't understand this. You have to watch the recorded session. It is being recorded. You have nothing to worry about. Just ensure you are subscribed to the RQTMI YouTube channel. Just go search for RQTMI. You subscribe to wait for all recorded sessions to be uploaded there, including this one. So I repeat again, the bull tactics category 1, you are telling robot, don't buy from the 5th call down. Only buy the first buy to the 4th call and stop. So how do we tell you to stop? When you are saving these settings, I always advise you to save. If you want to use the RQTMI default settings and the bull tactics, please save 2 settings. One, you name it default settings. The other, you name it bull tactics. So that everything will be simplified for you. You don't get yourself confused. Now, if you want to edit and save this on your template on RoyalQ as the bull tactics, when you are saving it, when you get to the 5th call, on this 5th call, you edit this and write 50 there instead of 0.2. Why are you writing 50? Because it will be very difficult for a coin to go deep by minus 50% now that we are about to officially go into the bull run. It will be very difficult for a coin to just drop down to minus 50%. Very difficult. So you are going to write 50% there, and then after you input everything, just edit this 5th call and write 50%. Input every other thing just the way you are supposed to do based on how I showed you guys for the default settings. But before you save the margin configuration, edit this 5th call and write 50 there. Then you can now save. But before you save, you need to want to know how much leftover capital you need to use to do your manual replenishment. Now, this is how you know. Pay attention, please. You go to the multiple line ratio, add the first to the 4th call. 1.6 plus 6.5 plus 1.6 plus 6.5, whatever you get, you say plus 1. This plus 1 is the first buy amount. Then whatever you get, you multiply by the first buy again, which is 20. Now let's go to my calculator. Let's do this together. 1.6 plus 6.5. 1.6 plus 6.5. What we are doing now is to get the leftover capital plus 6.5. It gave me what? 16.2. You say plus 1, you add 1 to it. Plus 2.2 plus 1 give you 17.2. 17.2 minus 20, 344. So 344 is the capital that the robot will make use of to buy the first buy, first to the 4th call. So what is your total capital on the trade? 666, right? You say 666 minus 344. So your leftover capital is 322. So 322 is what you use to do your manual replenishment. And you don't need to wait for the robot to buy the first call first. Once it buys the first buy amount, tap on the trade, tap on buy, tap on market price, and you slot in the leftover capital, and then you tap on show to manually add the leftover capital. That is how you do manual replenishment. Now let's go back again to the template. This is for the RQTMI Bull Tactics category 1. Do you understand how we got the leftover capital? Do you understand how we got the leftover capital, the calculation we did? Just a simple calculation. You add 1.6 because we wanted to only buy the first to the fourth call. 1.6 plus 6.5 plus 1.6 plus 6.5. Okay, you add them. When you add them, you add plus 1 to it. You multiply by the first buy, which is 20 for Magic 5. Then what you get, you subtract it from the capital, which is 666. Whatever you get will be the leftover capital, which is 322 for this capital of 666. Now, let's look into the Bull Tactics category 2. For the Bull Tactics category 2, the condition is that you make money uptrend and you make money downtrend to a certain level. What do I mean? Somebody said bad network. I hope you guys can still hear me. I hope you guys can still hear me. Okay. Now, for the Bull Tactics category 2, you make money uptrend and you make money downtrend to a certain point or to a certain level. What do I mean by that? You make money down to the 10th call. But from the 11th call downward, you want to use the leftover capital to do manual replenishment. You add it to the first to the fourth call positions. So you enjoy your subset from the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, but from the 11th call, you don't make it to stop there. So it means that for you to stop it from buying the 11th call, you are expected to edit the 11th call to 50%. That is it. Then you calculate your leftover capital, the same strategy. All you need to do is to go to the multiple buying ratio, the first to the 10th call. You add everything, whatever you get plus 1, multiply by 20, first buy amount. Whatever you get, you subtract by 666. That is it. That's how you get your leftover capital. This is for Magic 5. Magic 5 and Magic 1 is the same process, please. Magic 5 Bull Tactics category 1 and 2 and Magic 1 Bull Tactics category 1 and 2 is the same process. So I will not look into the Magic 1 because I said it is the same process. So let's go into the Magic 3. How do you use the Bull Tactics for Magic 3? Pay attention. For Magic 3, it is only Bull Tactics category 1 that can work. You can't use Bull Tactics category 2. So how do you now make use of the Bull Tactics category 1? You are going to stop the bulls from buying the second call downward, only buying the first call. Then the capital to be used to buy second call down to the 7th call will be used as what? Manual replenishment to be added to the first call and the first buy. It means that the second call, you edit it and write 50%. That's 50, just write 50 there. You remove the 5 and you write 50. And then how do you get the leftover capital? Very easy. You go and do calculation for this. Only the first call, which is 2.3. In this case, 2.3 plus 1 multiplied by 15. Where did I get 15 from? Because the first buy amount is 15. So let's go to my calculator. Let's do that together to see how much it will be. 2.3 plus 1 gives you 3.3. 3.3 multiplied by the first buy for Magic 3 is 15. 49.5. 49.5. So you see 200 minus 49.5 because the capital is 200 and it gave you what? 150.5. Forget about the 0.5. Don't use decimal. Forget decimal there. Just make it round figure, which is 150. So you have to use 150 to buy, to do your manual buy or manual replenishment. Once the boat picks the first buy amount, just go ahead and buy. Some people will say they want to wait to see some floating loss first before they'll do their manual replenishment. It's still fine. You can do it that way, but sometimes the price can just sell immediately and it will make you less profit because you didn't do your manual replenishment using the bull tactic strategy. This is where we end this session. But remember, I said I will share you guys a strategy you can use. You can combine both the bull tactics and the default settings to maximize your profit. So let's assume you are trading 3 coins. 2 should be on default settings. 1 should be on bull tactics category 1. Bull tactics category 1. If you are trading 4 coins, 2 should be on default settings. 2 should be on bull tactics category 1. If you are trading 5 coins, 3 should be on default settings. 2 should be on bull tactics category 1. Somebody will say, okay, well, how about if I trade more of the bull tactics category 1 and then less of the default? It is still okay, but it all depends on how patient you are. Royal Q, patience on its own is a skill you learn in Royal Q. Patience is a skill you learn in Royal Q because trading is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is patience. Everything in trading is patience. Don't see all those things, all those people post on the internet. Or everything requires time. It is patience. The reason why you need to be patient. So if you know you have the patience, then instead of doing 2 on default, if you are trading 3 coins, 1 on bull tactics category 1, you can switch it the other way around. 1 should be on default and 2 should be on bull tactics category 1. So take note. Somebody asked this question. That's why I'm attending to the question. So this is how you maximize your profits. So ladies and gentlemen, I think this should be all for this session. If you have any question, please feel free. I think I saw a lot of questions already waiting for me on the chat. let me go back and check and read them one after the other. Let me go back and read them one after the other. Okay, if you want to say something, if you have a question or you want to speak up, please feel free to raise up your digital hand to be unmuted to ask your question. Okay, I'm trying to go to the top where the question started from. Let me see. Okay, I think I've seen it. How many trades should one take with 5,000 or 7,000 capital? All you need to do is to what? Hold on, let me share my screen so that you guys will see it. Just give me a second. Let me share my screen back so that I'll explain with my screen on. Okay, I'm about to share my screen now. Okay. Share. Okay. Okay. So somebody was asking that how many coins should I trade with $5,000 or 7,000? So let's use the 2 for an example on how you can get the number of coins. For $5,000, remember we said minimum 3 coins, maximum 10. So you say 5,000 divided by 5 will give you 1,000, right? You can trade 5 coins with 1,000 each with Magic 5. Awesome. Awesome. To make good money for you, you combine it with what? If you're trading 5 coins, 3 on default, 2 on bull tactics. Perfect. You can also go this way. You say 6 coins. You can trade 833. You can trade 6 coins. You can also go this way, 714. It all depends on it, but try to make sure you are making use of Magic 5 because I said Magic 5 is the best settings. So you can stick to just 5 coins, 1,000 per trade. Makes sense. And you do 3 on default, and 2 on bull. That is category 1. The same formula goes to the $7,000. You can say divide by 5, you trade 1,4, or divide by 6, you trade 1,166. You use magic 5 settings. I hope this answers your questions. Okay, let me go back to the chart again. Under what circumstance would one change the whole position take profit ratio? No, it all depends on, if you're analyzing yourself, whatever you see on the chart is what you use as your take profit. If you're using trading without analysis, don't go beyond 3%, minimum 1.5%, maximum 3%. If you are trading signal, whatever the signal says you should use as your take profit is what you use. Take note, just edit when you're saving the settings on the trade before you start your trade. I hope that answered your question. Please, one of my trade is no more visible on strategy. I see the trade when I click on stopped, but I cannot bring it back to trade. Please, all you need to do is to tap on it when you go to stopped, and you tap on activate to start the trade. Once you tap on activate, it will go back to running and it will start trading for you. That's how you do it. Okay, I can see somebody raising up. Just give me a second. Let me quickly finish up with the questions on the chat. Okay, I'm having good understanding of it now. Wow, oh, that's it. You need to keep on showing up. No matter the floating loss you're experiencing, it doesn't mean that is the end. Please keep on showing up. The more you show up, the more you understand the business. What is the average time for one shot? What is the average time for one short trade to complete from express? There is no duration here, please. Whenever your trade is up and running. See, the reason why you're making use of RioKey is for you to have peace of mind. I just said something that the market is very good. Have you seen any future trader or forex trader before? Once their trade is running, they don't have patience. Like, they are, how will I even say it? Which word will I even use? Their mind won't be at rest because of what? They are scared not to lose money. Because if the trade goes against them, they will lose money. So they don't have rest of mind. But here, once you have your trade running, just go and relax. You are making money up and down trend. So all you need to do is let the robot do its thing for you. The robot will take care of everything. Just go and relax. Whether it takes 2 weeks for the trade to close, no problem. Just remain patient. Just remain. There's no duration here, please. Your trade can close in 24 hours. Your trade can even close in 2 hours, even 30 minutes. It all depends on the market and on the coin. Every coin have their own way they behave. So it all depends. Just remain patient. Mean of one shot means you are telling the robot, please trade one time for me, meaning that once you sell completely, meaning it sells the first to the fourth call plus the first buy, that's the final sell. Once it sells that, it goes back, it moves your money back, returns back your money to your spot wallet and does not open a new trade for you. It is called a one-time trade. Cycle means autopilot. You are cycling your trade. You are telling robot, once you close, please go back again and open for me. Autopilot. If you keep buying, selling, buying, one shot, once it closes completely, it doesn't open again. You have to be the one to go and manually start a new trade. I hope that answered your question. Can this be used to only buy fragments of a token, especially if what you have is 320 as used in your example? 320, if you have 320, just divide by 3 and use magic 3. Simple. Just divide the 320 into 3. Whatever you get, use it per trade, and you trade with magic 3. Does it mean a beginner cannot start with less than 100? Based on the RQTMI recommendations, we use minimum 100. Some people will say you can use below that, but the settings we use, the recommended minimum capital, as you can see, boldly written for Magic 3 is $100 and above. Take note. Please show the exact spots where the amount to be used as manual replenishment should be typed when trading a coin. Okay. So for manual replenishments, let's see. I think I have a trade already open. For manual replenishment, when you open your trade, it comes here. This is where you do your trading settings. You tap on trading settings to load your settings. Okay, let me just use this opportunity to do this. Let's say you want to trade this coin now. You get to this page, you tap on trade settings, you tap on, it might show you this. You see we have smart creates, we have manually creates. You have to use manually create because this is a manual settings. Then you ensure you tap what? Choose a strategy settings. Okay? When you tap on choose a strategy settings, you go and load the settings you saved. Let's say you want to use this, you tap on it. You can see it has loaded up the settings. Once you select it, it will load the settings. Your first buy amount, please take note, what you have on the template is 20. This is Magic Wand settings. You tap on 20. Okay? Make sure open position double is turned off, AI margin call is turned off. Okay? Then you go down and you do this. Edit this whole position take profit ratio to whatever you want to use. If it's 3%, if it's 1.5%, you edit it and then you can now save. You save the settings. Okay? You save the settings. Once you are done saving the settings, tap on show. It brings you here. Make sure you choose what? You tap on this sub-beam real-time settlement. Tap on it. Okay? Then you choose the third one, which is sub-beam mode real-time settlement. What does this mean? This is what makes money uptrend and downtrend. Okay? This is what makes you money from the fifth call when the market goes deep, starts to go deep from the fifth call downward. It makes you money on the downtrend. Without this enabled, if you select this one, it's not making you money downtrend. It will be buying margin calls for you, but it won't sell. It will sell them all as one. So you won't make money downtrend. But if you choose this third one, it makes you money downtrend and uptrend. If you choose this second one, it will not be showing you the profit it's making for you downtrend, but it will be making money for you downtrend, and we use the money again for you to trade. But people want to be seeing how much they are making. That's why this is written as real-time settlement. How much was made in the fifth or sixth call is what it will show you in profit and return back your capital and profit. But this sub-beam mode, it will, if it makes you profit, it takes the profit again and enter the trade again, buys again, and keep on trading for you until it finally closes completely before you now see all the money you made, both the sub sales and the final take profit. I hope it's understood. Now, for the manual replenishment, all you need to do is what? You tap on buy. You tap on buy. So let's tap on buy. Tap on buy. You see where we have market price. You tap on, make sure you select it. Tap on market price. Then here, this is where you put the amount. Let's say 322 was the leftover capital, 322. And then you tap on sure. That is all. For iPhone users, once you get here, you don't need to tap on market price because by default, market price is already selected. Just come down here and put your leftover capital here. Sorry. Yeah. For iPhone users, market price by default is selected, but for Android users, you need to tap on it. Then it will change color to blue. This is how you do your manual replenishment. I hope that answered your question. And Chime, I hope that answered your question. Okay, let me allow the two people who are raising up their hands to speak up. Please unmute your mic, King Barnabas, please unmute your mic if you can hear me. King Barnabas, please unmute your mic if you can hear me.
All right. Good evening, Fashimo.
All right, good evening.
Well done. Thank you for a very clear explanation given. So, my question has to do with starting with a balance of $200. How many margin call should one or would one be advised to actually put? Because um, from the explanation we've gotten, you have to minus the first buy amount from the total trading capital, and then that is what what is not left will be what you will not distribute to the other margin calls. So are we to like stop at 3, or is there any way we could do it that to get to even 5 margin calls?
All right, you said for a capital of $200, right?
Yes.
For $200, you should know that with $200, you can only use Magic 3, meaning you can trade 2 coins at a time with $100 per coin or per trade. So what you need to do is either you say, okay, one should be on Bull Tactics category 1 and the other should be on the RQTMI default settings, or you leave both to be on default settings. All depends on you. The margin call, you don't have anything to do with margin call because it is already on the settings. All you just need to do is to go copy the settings from the templates, just the way I showed you guys how to. Go to your RoyalQ, save it, and then you trade your coin with the settings. So if you want to use the 2 coins with the default settings, fine. If you want to trade one on default, one on book, also fine. It all depends on you. I hope it's clear.
So it is.
The margin calls, everything is there already. You don't need to do anything there. Just put the exact thing you see there on the template on your RoyalQ and save. After you have generated a token. Is it clear?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Is it clear?
Yeah, it is very clear. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, I can't see the other person who was raising up his hand. Okay, no problem. Let me go back to the chat. I can see some questions over there. So the next question is, okay. The difference between both Bull Tactics, not both tactics, Bull, B-U-L-L, Bull Tactics category 1 and 2. Category 1 makes you money uptrend only. Category 2 makes you uptrend and downtrend to a certain level. Maybe you just joined it because I took my time in explaining it. Bull Tactics category 1 only makes money for you uptrend, no downtrend. And when it sells, it makes you whatever percentage is your take profit of your 100% capital. Bull Tactics category 2 makes you money uptrend and downtrend to a certain level. It gets to margin call 10 and stop. Why the 11th call downward, the leftover capital is what you use to do your manual replenishment, meaning that Bull Tactics category 1 will make you more money. This is what the recorded session to understand better. Please, can I trade Magic Call 5 with capital of 1,000? If you want to trade Magic Call 5 with capital of 1,000, it won't work. Okay, it won't work. So you use Magic 1 settings. You divide by 3. 1 time divided by 3, you get 333. You trade 333 per trade with Magic 1 settings. If you want to trade with Magic 5 with your 1,000, it won't work. You have to top it up. You have to top it up. You remember Magic 5 is 520 per trade. So if you want to trade with Magic 5, you need to top an extra $560. That's 1,560 will allow you to trade with Magic 5 so that it will accommodate the capital you have. I hope that is clear. Future and forex traders, high BP, exactly, high blood pressure. Sport traders, peace of mind, exactly. Oh, okay, Coach Salisu. Somebody said, if you want to lose weight, just go and trade futures and forex. If you want to lose weight, extra flesh, just go and trade futures or forex. Automatic weight loss for you. All right. Good evening, sir. Please, I joined late due to network issue. Please, what's the topic for today? Understanding the RQTMI exact template, but you see it as technical and fundamental analysis. Just check the dates on each video uploaded on the session. We used to use the dates, today's dates, okay? So check on every day that falls under Saturday, under technical and fundamental analysis, you get all the recordings over there on the YouTube channel. All right, I have a question. My Binance was showing 753 before the dip, but now $320, but in my RoyalQ is showing me 556 on the amount of coin I'm holding. I don't understand. Secondly, I want to know another thing about my profit I have made before my dipping journey began. Time is no longer on our side. The questions just keep on coming. The questions just keep on coming. Okay, I'll end the session by 10:50. Let me just give you guys some time to answer these questions. King Ugo White, are you still there? If you're there, would you want to share your screen so that where we sit and I will explain what is happening to your trade? King Ugo White, can you hear me? If you can hear me, unmute your mic.
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Awesome. Are you in the position to share your screen?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to open my...
No, you have to share your screen first. So go share your screen first on the Zoom app, then you can open up your RioQ.
Okay, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes, I'll be too. Do you want to share your screen?
I don't have, I'm...
Don't worry, I will tell you how to. I'll guide you. We lost your audio. Please unmute your mic again. We lost your audio.
I said I'm not...
You stop muting your mic. Unmute your mic again.
Okay.
Now, this is how you share your screen. Check the bottom icons of your screen. You will see share next to reaction. Share. You after reactions, you see share. Can you see it? Can you see it?
It's showing me save drive.
Look for screen. Screen. Look for screen. Screen. King Ugo White, we can't hear you anymore. Look for screen. Look for screen.
What I'm seeing on my screen now is the first page. The second page is where the participants are. Then the third one is where people are asking questions. That is the only stuff I can see on the app.
No, you're not taking the right place. Check the bottom icons. You see participants. Okay, you see mute, start video, participant, chats, reactions. The next is share. That is where you need to tap on. Please, I think if you don't know how to do this, let's just meet tomorrow. You can ask your questions tomorrow because time is no longer on our side, please. Sorry about that. I was thinking you knew how to share your screen so that I can quickly look into it and tell you where the problem is coming from so that you understand better. So please come tomorrow and ask your question. All right, let me go to the next person. If I put my trade on Seku, does the robot buy at a price that it sold the last trade, or does it wait for the coin to go down? No, it doesn't wait. It keeps buying from where it sold from is what it will keep on doing. Okay? That is why it is called autopilot. It doesn't wait for the price to dip. No, it keeps on buying. It will go back again and buy from the last place it sold from completely and continue buying, selling for you. You can enjoy this on the bull run or the bull season. You don't use this autopilot in the bear season, okay? So you can use it now. It's the best time to use it if you have the capital for that. All right, let me move on to the next question. With $3,000, what is the best that can maximize your profit? The same thing I said, 3,000 divided by 3. Whatever number of coins to give you, you trade more of it on default settings and the less of it on the bull, that is category 1. Okay. For sub-in mode, if you will RioQ charge for fee? No, it won't charge for fee. It won't charge for fee. But you need to have the understanding that if you're not seeing your revenue recording showing you profit made, it is because of it is on sub-in mode. The majority want to see how much they are making. Okay, so sub-in mode will not show you that until completely close the trade. That's when it will show you everything. I hope the question has been answered. Okay. How many percent of capital for beginner? MG, I don't understand your question. When I open my WPS spreadsheet, the page is blank. How can someone put? What you need to do after you install the app, request for the template on the group. Then you tap on the template. It will open with the WPS. If it doesn't, you need to select open with WPS so that it will open it to the WPS office. Then you can get access to the sheet and edit it based on your capital, just the way I showed you guys. Okay, what if I'm trading with 1,000? Can I use my, I've answered all these questions. All right, I think that will be all for tonight. Okay, the last person will be King Shola. Please unmute your mic. You will be the last person to answer your question. Then we call it tonight. Okay, Queen Shola, please go ahead.
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Can you hear me? Okay, great. I've been able to do the setting like you just guided us, but why I'm confused or what I don't know is how do I then load it on a particular coin that I want to trade with?
Okay, do you know how to share your screen so that I'll just guide you and you'll be the last person that will end the session? You know how to share your screen?
I'm not joining. I'm actually dialed in from a laptop and I'm doing it from the phone.
Okay, let me share my screen. No, let me show you guys how to trade. I did that. But I didn't start from the beginning. Just
maybe I missed. Okay. Thank you.
Then I'll drop a template. There's a template that will guide you on how to do it too. Just give me a second. Let me quickly drop it on the chat. Then I'll share my screen so that you guys can see it live and direct. Give me a second. Where is it? Where is it? Just give me a second. Let me look.
And just to confirm, we can pick from any of the coins that any of the 25 coins. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm totally new on
no
this.
problem. Okay, I'm about to drop the script that will guide you on how to trade, how to start your trade on RoyalQ. If you check the chart, it has been dropped on the chart. It has been dropped on the chart. Now, let me open my RoyalQ so that we can do this together. Just read out. Okay, let me share my screen. I hope you can see my screen.
Yes.
All right, so when you get to your RoyalQ, if you check on the template, it says what? Steps on how to start a trade on RoyalQ. Number one, search coin on home. It means that you go to home. Where is home? This is home. Yes. You tap on home, then it says type the coin name. Type coin name. You go to the search. This is the search icon where you search for the coin and type on the name. This is search. But for those who are finding it difficult to find a particular coin, maybe a signal was dropped, this is what you need to do. RoyalQ updates their newly added coin. So you need to add it manually. And how do you add it manually? You tap on the plus icon. You tap on the plus icon, it will open. Then you tap on spots. There's a script on this, so maybe I'll share on the group. You tap on spots. Then you tap on all here. You see this all? Select it. Once you select it, let me select mine now. Okay, let me select mine. I can see it has been selected. Then you tap on add. All the newly added coins that you are not aware of that was added, it will add them on your list. Now it has been added. You can now go back. Then you tap on the search icon again, this one. I hope you guys are following me. Queen Shola, I hope you are still following me.
Yes, I am.
Here.
Yes, I am. I'm here.
Tap on the share. You tap on the search, you see, it has 4 options. Either you're using USDT as the base, BTC, ETH, or USDC. USDC is also a stable coin. Okay, can use USDC if you want to. It's a stable coin just like USDT, but USDT is what we use more. Why? Because USDC does not have more coins with their peers. Okay, with the peers, So leave it on USDT, ensure it is selected USDT. Then you can search. Let's search for, let's say, ADA, for example. Then once you search for ADA, you see the number 2 says type coin name. Then number 3 says tap on the coin. You tap on the coin, it will open this page. Number 4 said what? Tap on. Number 4 says tap on confirm.
Confirm.
Okay, you tap on the coin. Number 5 says tap create. You tap on create. The confirm is the message that will show you. See, when you tap on other again, for example, it will show you a message. Sometimes it will show you a message. Just tap on confirm. When you tap on confirm, the next is tap create. Number 5, tap on create. Number 6, tap on Martingale strategy board. The first one here, you tap on it. And number 7, tap on create. Just follow the script.
Follow this. Okay.
Just the way.
Okay.
Then tap feel free to create your own strategy. This is the second one here. Tap on next. It brings you here. Then number 9 says tap trade settings. You tap on trade settings. This. Very easy. Then number 10 says tap manually create. We have 2 here. The second one is manually create at the top right. Can you see it?
Okay.
11 says choose a strategy settings. You choose this to load your template you have saved. The way I taught you guys from the template. Okay. You now tap on choose. It will take you to the template page. You select which one you want to use. How do you select it? We have different ones here. If you want to use this one, you can see the name here. $400 capital. If you just tap on anywhere around here, it will select it. So once I tap on it now, it will select. It will select the settings for me. There is a new update that I love this RoyalQ. They always update their app to be very user-friendly. That is one thing I am in love with this business. So the newly added features is that instead of going to be switching from sub-B mode, you can do everything here. You change the strategy mode to what? Sub-B mode return settlement. You select it. But we didn't add it on this script because this is a new update. The next thing now is what? It says tap first by amount. Make sure you edit it based on the settings you are using. If it's Magic 1 or 5 you want to use, it should be 20. If it's Magic 3, edit it to 15. So let's leave it on 20 because this is Magic 1 settings. Open position double, everything, you don't need to do anything because it is already on the settings. Is that understood?
I understand.
Then the percentage here, it all depends on what you want to use. If it's a signal, if it's 1.5% or 2%, anything you want to use here is what you have to edit. Okay, let's leave it on 3%, for example, and then you now tap on save. You don't need to do any other thing. This is the setting that you already saved that you loaded on the coin. So everything has been saved already. The only thing you edit is the first buy amount, strategy mode, the percentage you want to use, and then you save. You tap on save and confirm, sure.
Okay.
Okay, number 17 says tap sub-B mode return settlement, which is this. You don't need to do that because we have already did that when we were loading the settings. Then the next thing is what? Tap on start, but now it has been edited to what? It has been changed to activate. Before it was start, but they've edited it and changed it to activate. You tap on activate and then you tap on create. Once you tap on create, that is all. Your bots have started trading for you. Is that well understood?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Awesome. So this is how you start to trade and you remain patient. There's no high blood pressure here. This is not futures of forex. Just remain patient and let the bot to do its thing. All right. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate your presence. We normally do this every Saturday. If you want to learn how to understand the template, make sure you bring in your team members, especially your newly activated members. Let them come and learn together with you. And for those who want to learn how they can analyze themselves, we have a session on that tomorrow. Ensure you are here tomorrow, 9 p.m. to come learn how you analyze yourself, how you picture yourself. Very easy and straightforward process. So thank you so much once again. Good night from this side, everybody. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.